complete already. I'm not going to bother you.
Shabbat Shalom. If you needed more space, there are spaces that you'd have to move up closer. I know I made y'all squish in, but you can spread out again if you need a little bit. Tonight is our celebration of Pride, a Pride Shabbat, one filled with love and recognition of the difficulties that our LGBTQ plus family and friends endure each and every day. Tonight you will hear from some of our LGBTQ plus congregants answering, how does Temple Beth-El community allow you to express your pride? I've asked these people because they are different from one another and represent Temple's diversity. In one case, this is the first time one of the people has ever openly shared their sexual orientation. This cannot happen at every location, but we are honored that it is happening here at Temple Beth-El, our spiritual, emotional, and communal home, our Jewish community. So let's stand up, not actually, and be proud of who we are. You'll stand soon enough, don't worry. Let's be proud of who we are, LGBTQ or allies, non-binary or binary, homosexual or heterosexual. We are one community. We are Temple Beth-El. We let light into our hearts and minds as we turn to page 3, as I invite up Perry Aguilar to light our Shabbat candles.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
We continue on page 12, singing our first song of Kabbalat Shabbat, Psalm 95, L'chuna Ranana.
Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. Yai dai na nai nai na nai na nai. Yai dai na nai nai na nai nai. Yai dai na nai nai la lai la lai lai. Yai dai na lai lai la lai lai. Yai dai na nai nai na nai. Lechu niranena l'Adonai, nariha letzui ishenu, nekadma panav betodah, bizmirot nariha lo, bizmirot nariha lo. Yai lai la lai lai la lai la lai. Yai lai la lai lai la lai lai. Yai lai la lai lai la lai la lai lai. Yai lai la lai lai la lai lai. Yai lai na nai nai na nai. Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. Yai nai na nai nai na nai na nai. Yai nai na nai nai na nai nai. Yai nai na nai nai na nai na nai nai. Yai nai na nai nai na nai nai. Yai nai na nai nai na nai.
We continue now on page 16, Zamru Ladonai B'Sinor, part of Psalm 98.
Yai nai nai nai, yai yai nai nai nai. Yai dai yai dai dai dai, yai yai dai dai dai. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai yai dai dai dai. Zamru l'Adonai, Zamru l'Adonai b'Chinor, Zamru l'Adonai b'Chinor v'chol zimra. Lai nai nai nai, yai yai nai nai nai. Yai dai yai dai dai dai, yai yai dai dai dai. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai yai dai dai dai. Zamru l'Adonai, Zamru l'Adonai bechino. Zamru l'Adonai bechino vechol zimra. Lai, 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 lai. Yai, 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 da, 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 yai, yai, da, 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 yai, da, 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 yai, da, 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 yai, yai, nai, nai, nai.
We turn now to page 20 and 21. If you don't have a book, don't forget that you can grab one when you come in. We'd love to have you follow along with us. Together for Lechado D, we're going to do verses 1, 2, 5 and 9. I'm so proud. 1, 2, 5 and 9. And there was a request for the other one. We'll wait for Purim. We're going to do those ones together tonight. 1, 2, 5 and 9. And when we reach that 9th verse, Bo'iva Shalom, we will turn and face the entrance to our sanctuary, beckoning that Sabbath spirit towards us. So whether you are here joining us in this beautiful chapel space, which the colors light up this Pride Shabbat, or if you're joining us at home or wherever your sacred space may be, please join with us.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor beribur echad, Hishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lehu v'nelcha, ki mekor habracha. Berosh mikerem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavat hila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, ki va'orech kumi ori, shir daberi kevod Adonai, alayich ningla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Bo'iva Shalom, Ateret Pala, Gam v'simcha u'tzola. Toch emunei am segula, Bo'i chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat Nekabela.
Turn to those around you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Let them know you are glad they're here. Reservations to join us after services for dinner so that I hope you make reservations for dinner so you can continue talking to one another. But for right now, we continue standing for God's guidance through the Shabbat. Page 26.
Yikadal ve'ikadal shemerabah.
Better. Lovely. Not ideal, but we'll make it happen. So instead of our Mariv Arabim on page 30, which we usually do, on your handouts, there's a Proud Shabbat prayer. And this prayer I find to be an incredible one, and especially when we are celebrating Shabbat a little bit earlier than the sun actually sets. I think this is really indicative of where we are in our world today and in the light outside, but this was also written to acknowledge those trans people in our community. And I think that this poem, this prayer, is beautiful for Shabbat, for every day, and to recognize our full community together. As the sun sinks and the colors of the day turn, we offer a blessing for the twilight. For twilight is neither day nor night, but in between. All of us are twilight people. We can never be fully labeled or defined. All of us have many identities and loves, many genders and none. All of us are in between roles at the intersection of histories. All of us are crisscrossed paths of memory and destination, streets of light swirled together. We are neither day nor night. We are both neither and all. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, and widen our vision. May this in-between light illuminate our way to the God who transcends all categories and definitions. May the in-between people who have come to pray be lifted up into this twilight. We cannot always be defined. We can always say a blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hayotzer et hadidunim. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, who brings on the twilight. I'm going to have you sit and give you the option to rise for Shema in a moment, and I'm going to call up Greg Gonzalez to share his words this evening.
Notice I had to do this long. All right, it seems appropriate that we're meeting here in the chapel, the very place where a nervous cantorial soloist first stood in service to Temple. Before a Shabbat morning congregation, and I sang the Matovu followed by the Kedusha. And those of you who know the Saturday morning Kedusha know that's a tough song. But here we are tonight on another first for me. Many of you know me very well. Many of you know that I'm not like everybody else. I'm unique. But tonight I'm just going to put that to rest for those of you who wonder. So who am I and why am I here? What is this place I call my spiritual home? These are questions I had to ponder when I was asked to take a few moments to share my thoughts about Temple Beth-El and the celebration of gay pride. Oh my God, gay pride. With a Shabbat service dedicated to all things gay? Seriously? Initially, I was not in favor of having Shabbat dedicated to pride. I felt we were trouncing on the fact that TBE, or Temple Beth-El, for those of you who don't know what TBE is, has always been, and at least for me, an inclusive and safe community. The idea that any one of us would ever feel rejected in our congregation, our faith community, well, that was foreign to me. And although I love singing, I sing the anthem from the birdcage all the time, I didn't feel the need to stand up and sing. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. Until I realized, for as much as I want to say I am my own special creation, I couldn't say it. And I want to thank Bill Goodman for starting this, because now I can say it. It's my first time to stand in front of you and say, hey, guess what? I am my own special creation. I'm a conglomerate, a big conglomerate, of my family, my employers, and my friends' image of me. I conform daily to the expectations that others have of me, and not so much to who I am. And maybe that's why we do need Pride Shabbat, a time when we, all of us who are marginalized in the world beyond these walls, can actually breathe, and we can say, I am what I am. I had my own special creation. So come take a look, give me the hook for the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a darn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. Thank you.
We turn now to page 3435 for Shema. It is the tradition at Temple to rise for Shema, but for some people, if they've already been seated, they don't stand back up. Choose what feels right to you for Shema on 34 and 35.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto,
Now that one's not going to work. You may be seated. Thereafter, page 36.
Be'ata et Adonai Elohecha bechol לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בצדקך בביתך ובלכתך בקרב ובכוחך ותשומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לתותפות בין עיניך ושמתם על מזוזותיך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
It is my honor to invite forward Emily Bourgeois to give tonight her Devar Torah. Yes, I can do it. Shabbat Shalom. Amazing. So growing up in Nebraska, there wasn't a whole lot of peer representation around me. My community was very homogenous. It was a lot of Mormon families with a mom and a dad and plenty of children. There was a minivan, a house in the suburbs, and a fence. And I thought that gay people couldn't live past the age of 30. And it makes sense. I had no role models of LGBT folks living full and complete adult lives. It wasn't until I was in high school that shows like Glee and Modern Family rose to prominence in the mainstream, and I finally got to see representation of LGBT characters. But still, I was living in a community where those things happened in some far-off part of America. I didn't grow up particularly religious, but my friends who did would tell me that gay people were going to hell, or that they would be disowned for feeling this way.
even now as an adult. Many of my friends who I made in theater growing up, which would surprise nobody, have now been cast aside by their families of origin because of who they love and who they are. And religion hurts my community, I would often think. Coming to Temple was the first time that I saw happy, queer adult people living as accepted members of a religious community. This is the place where I formed an adult Jewish and lesbian identity, where I could bring my partner and not feel any shame, and where one day, God willing, we will be married by our rabbis. Temple and Rabbi Jurgen helped lay the foundations for me to be who I am, proudly, and to know that all of these different parts of me aren't contradictory, but they're strengthened by how well they fit together. To be a Jew is to question. To be reform is to invent and reinvent our Judaism, to interrogate the things that we are told to be tradition and to adapt them to fit all of who we are. And to be queer is to love in all of the ways that we can and to make the world see what that truly means. And I learned what that meant here. Shabbat Shalom.
To celebrate freedom, we turn to page 40, singing together Mi Chamocha.
Adonai, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh, lo ratihi lo sefele, lo ratihi lo sefele, mahale uteharau balecha, bokeyayam livnei Moshe uMiriam, Zeili Yanu ve'ameru Adonai lo leolam bai Yallai yai dididai lanai nai Yallai yai dididai lanai nai Yai dai lanai nai dididai lanai nai Yai dai dididai lanai nai.
Freedom. Page 43, we join together in our words of Hashkivenu at the top as we sing together.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashivenu, Leshalom. V'ha'amidenu, Shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu, Sukkot Shomecha. Hashivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashivenu, Leshalom.
continue on page 44, the Shamru. We rise for the Amidah beginning on page 46.
למען אתה להיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים לך יום יהללו בסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. We join together on page 57 at the bottom. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levarecha b'ira na'avod. It is my honor to call forward Roxanne Henkin to share her words tonight.
Shabbat Shalom. Do you know how hard it is to ask a writer to write 300 words? So as the creator and the director of the San Antonio Writing Project, I wrote 2,000 words, and then I had to cut it down. And then when I finally got it to 300 words, I didn't like it, so then I wrote a whole nother piece of a whole nother 2,000 words that, again, I had to cut down. So now I'm taking up my whole 3 minutes telling you about how hard it was to write this. Mary Lou and I moved here in 2003, and I began a new position as a professor of literacy education at UTSA. We left after living in the Chicago suburbs for many years, having raised our kids to adulthood and having a full social life. But even as jarring as uprooting our lives, we were not prepared for our warm acceptance by the Temple Beth-El community. We were quite familiar with Temple Beth-El because my parents became members when they relocated here in 1980. When Mary Lou and I decided to move to San Antonio, I read the Temple Beth-El bulletin with interest. I was impressed to see that Trent and Mark had gotten married here. I recognized Trent at Temple and introduced myself to him. Trent was so lovely and assured me that Temple Beth-El was an inclusive congregation. Shortly after moving to San Antonio, we met Clarence Dickinson, Bill Goodman, Mel Cohn, Brian Allen, Warren Kaufman, and Bruce and Martha Munch. We were invited to a party for Brian's conversion at Warren's Aunt Prissy's house. As we walked in, a table of women, including Warren's mom, Madeline, and his aunt, asked who we were. As we introduced ourselves, they said, "Oh, you're the women who've been together so long and have raised 4 kids in Chicago. How did you do it? That's so impressive." I felt all kinds of emotions. I was not happy that I had been outed. But these women were so warm and welcoming. We never expected to come to San Antonio from Chicago and be so welcomed and accepted. Temple Beth-El provided the community for Mary Lou and me to fully experience pride in our lives. As we celebrate our 48th year together and our 21st year in San Antonio, the Temple Beth-El community continues to offer the LGBT community and all of us a place where we can all thrive.
On page 61, we join together in our prayer for peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message, all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocates among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. On your service supplement, we rise together in our prayer for Israel. Join with me. Rock and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, the dawning of our redemption. Shield it with your compassion and spread over it the sukkah of your shalom. May a spark of your spirit inspire the actions of its elected leaders and officials, judges and advisors, that they may follow the path of justice, liberty, and righteousness. Strengthen the spirit and the hands of those who build and protect our Holy Land, and grant them salvation and life. Bring peace to this land and everlasting joy to its inhabitants. Be with all the people of Israel wherever they are. Plant within their hearts the love of Zion, and spread over your spirit over all the inhabitants of our land. Uproot hatred and animosity, jealousy and evil. Plant in our hearts love and kinship, peace and friendship, and speedily fulfill the vision of your prophet. Nation will not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. And let us say, Amen. We think you may be seated. On the front of that page, we think of all of those who are on our Misha Berach list. If you are joining us on live stream, instead of it being across the screen, it's actually on a button right below so that you can see the Misha Berach list and later the Kaddish list as well. But we think of all of those who are on our healing list and those who are in our hearts as we take a moment to think of them and whisper their names out loud. We join together in the words of Misha Berach, which can be found on page 253. Amen. We take a moment now for our own silent prayers.
Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me. And renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Adonai. Create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within.
I'd now like to call up Neil Newman to give his words this evening.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm deeply honored to address you today during Pride Month, reflecting on the profound sense of community and belonging that the Temple Beth-El embodies. This sacred space not only serves as a place of worship, but also as a beacon of inclusivity, where every soul is embraced and valued. For me personally, I never imagined I could feel so welcome in a community. Like many of you, even though I grew up somewhat religious, I went through a time due to my identity that I kind of placed the Jewish identity lower down, because I never imagined that I could see a future where I could get married and experience all the joys that life has to offer. But despite me trying to bury that, our souls, our nefesh in Judaism, craves to be together, and as a people to better our lives and the world. Speaking of unity as a community, I recall with immense gratitude the day my husband and I stood before the Aron downstairs on the bima and exchanged vows of love and commitment on August 6th, right, Matt? Okay. August 6th last summer, so I'm trying to not mess up the 1-year anniversary, okay? So we signed our beautiful ketubah, which is now hanging in our kitchen. We broke the glass before friends and family as Rabbi Jurgen married us. This momentous occasion, celebrated within the warm embrace of our community, symbolizes the depth of connection and support we find here. A Temple Beth-El inclusivity is not just a principle, but a way of life that allows us to fulfill the Jewish concept of tikkun olam, repairing the world. By embracing diversity, fostering unity, we bring our community closer to God's vision of harmony for the world. This motivates us to help with charities such as feeding San Antonio Food Bank and hosting speakers to help us become our best selves as a community. Our rabbis and fellow congregates exemplify the spirit through their unwavering support and dedication to our collective well-being. Together we find strength in our differences and unity in our shared values of kindness and acceptance. Times are extremely unnerving now in the world, especially for the Jewish people. I think that we have an opportunity to be an exemplary people where we can show that we can foster unity and strive to value differences and show that we can continue to repair the world. Thank you for being part of this community, regardless of background or identity, and everyone here is welcome with open arms. May our commitment to inclusivity and tikkun olam continue to guide us as we strive to draw closer to God and each other. Yehi ratzon, may it be your will. Shabbat Shalom.
We continue now with the concluding portion of our service. Aleinu can be found on page 283. Please rise.
Aleinu akladon hakol lateitu liotzer breshit shehu sam helkeinu leached et shemo vekol aleinu leamlit malchuto v'anachnu korim ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
As we turn to our memorial meditation on page 288, we note with sadness the death of Temple Beth-El member David Sappiden, husband of Leslie, father of Katie and Jack, and Charlie and Dawn, grandfather of Jesse. Page 288. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved, and if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. Our thoughts turn now to those in our community and extended community. As we mark their yard sites, we remember them. Edna Barnett, Julius Bennett, Lillian T. Bernhardt, Lolly Black, Kenneth Campbell, Donald Dragutsky, David Felder, Meyer Friedman, Al Gorbett, Milton Halpern, Sarah Hart, Rochelle Shelley Jackson, Nat Jefferson, Catherine Jeffrey, Elaine Laney Kaufman, Irving Kay, Leslie Sarah Kittler, Raymond Korzmiowski, Diane Crape, Howard Krawitz, Ruth Krawitz, Carolyn McCall Leatherwood, Joseph S. Less, Harry H. Levy III, Eileen Lydell, Leon Met, Christine Munch, Hortense Ojeda, Charlene Petlin, Suzanne Paulo Panansky, John Pierce Ralston, Ossie Reisman, Samuel Rosenberg, Marla Rosenman, Sally Schatz, Howard Schechterman, Aaron Lieb Lewis Schnitzer, Allie Shapiro, Richard Simon, Celeste Barkin Swanson, Harlan Tamone, Joel Tobin, William S. Tobman, Arthur Ungerman, and Florence Wagner. To these names we add those who have been laid to their eternal rest in the past 30 days, whose family and friends are in a mourning period of Shloshim. Remember Sarah Mexic Cohen and Martin Weiss. We also think of those who have been laid to their eternal rest this past week, whose family and friends are in a mourning period of Shiva. Remember Ruth Chaffetz, sister of Sarah Yaron, mother of Michael and Elaine, Ronald and Nelson and Mitzi, grandmother of Hannah and Arthur, Chelsea and Chad, Chloe and Colin, Celeste and Connor, Rachel and Valerie and Ricky, great-grandmother to Carly, Colton, Maisie, Braden, and Liv, aunt to many nieces and nephews, and a great aunt to our Temple Beth-El member, Rachel and Jordan Lauderstein, among others. We also remember Jeffrey Ackerman, a Temple Beth-El member, as well as Perry Douglas Wolf, who is remembered by his sons Stephen, Michael, Jared, and Benjamin, his sister Temple Beth-El member Susan and Kenneth Gimby, and brother Temple Beth-El member Alan and Deborah Wolf, as well as extended family and many generations of Temple Beth-El members. To these names, we add those which are in our hearts each and every day as we rise together as one community for Kaddish Yatom on page 294. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam umei almaya, yitvarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, to which we say, Amen. You may be seated. It is my honor to call forward Mark Eichelbaum, President of our Board of Trustees, to deliver tonight's announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. And welcome. So glad that you could join us here in the Oppenheimer Chapel or from your own sacred space. Lots of thank yous tonight, so bear with me. Sisterhood for hosting tonight's pre-Shabbat Oneg. Perry for lighting tonight's candles. Michelle, Mark, Betty, Mary for all helping us be greeted and welcomed into the chapel tonight. Greg, Emily, Roxanne, Neil, incredible, inspiring words. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. And to Michael Fidel, of course, for sharing his beautiful, lovely voice with us. Here are some upcoming events at Temple and things to know. Come back next week. Join us for Armed Forces Shabbat. Friday, July 5th, followed by a welcome dinner with Cantor Ettinger. If you like being in front of us and reading Torah or giving a devar or greeting or lighting candles, there's a pathway to do so. Check out those announcements that come to you on Thursdays at 4 p.m., and you can sign up to be a part of the service. Also check out those announcements for information about our 150th anniversary celebration, updates about past events and future events, and you too can join us for all of those. You can find lots of information and registration links for these and other exciting things on our website or in the weekly announcements, which again arrive in your inbox around 4 p.m. every Thursday. We look forward to your participation in these enriching and community-building opportunities. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Just one more quick announcement. If you registered to join us for our Pride Shabbat dinner, you can head into the Bar Shop Auditorium. I'm not sure how the process is working in there, but join us in there. We'd like to make sure that those who registered are getting served first. If you didn't have a chance to register, it doesn't mean you can't join us, but we need to make sure that we have your name. Our final closing song, not final, you can come back tomorrow for more, but your closing song for tonight is page 339, Esa Einai. Please rise, you're good, I forgot about it.
Esa Einai el hehari, me'ain yavo ezri. Esa Einai el heharim me'ain yavo ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai. shamayim va'aretz ezri me'im Adonai. Shamayim va'aretz Esa einai el heharim me'ayin yavo ezri. Esa einai el heharim me'ayin yavo ezri.
Shabbat Shalom.
Forgot something. Gotta go back. It happens in real life. In situations you would never guess. I just can't believe it. No, I'm like, wow, look at this technical. Yeah. I forgot my papers. I was like, oh, I would have left my other papers, but I had book papers. Sebastian, are you coming to dinner? Why not? I mean, I'm from my club.
Hey, hey, hey. 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 Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. 111. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. 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 Hey, hey, hey. 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 Hey, hey.
That's what it is. Whoa. That's exactly what's going on.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, one. Hey, hey. 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 Hey, hey.
Okay, that works.